You're listening to the Midlife Ripening Podcast. I'm your host and your trusted midlife midwife, Brooke Hofstess. This is a space for real talk, soul talk, about living a life that's fully, finally yours. We're here for the second bite, the luscious, conscious one, the one you take not because you're supposed to or expected to, but because something inside you says, this is mine to savor. You've built the life, the career, held the family, the calendar, the entire ecosystem of care. And yet something deeper is stirring, a want, a whisper, a truth you're ready to name. Here we'll explore creativity, rest, desire, play, rooted confidence, and the holy audacity of being yourself. If you've outgrown the life that once made sense and you're listening for what's next, come closer. Midlife isn't a crisis, it's a coming home. Let's slow down, feel our way in, and begin again. Welcome, love. I am so glad you're here. Thank you for joining me for this inaugural episode. I want to start by saying that right now there is a rising awareness around midlife, especially for women. We're seeing more visibility around perimenopause, menopause, hormone shifts, nervous system changes. And all of that is wonderful. It's really about time. But so much of this conversation still circles the surface, the physical symptoms, the supplements, our skin, the shape of our lives on paper. What I have been longing for, what I believe so many of us are longing for, is a place to talk about the inside, the unspoken hungers, the private grief, the longings that make you feel selfish, guilty, or even resigned. That feeling of, oh, I guess this is just the way it is. This podcast is here to feed a specific part of you, the part that wants a spacious life, a life with room for your body, your truth, your rhythm, your becoming. If this podcast were a love letter, and in so many ways it is, it's for the midlife woman who's no longer willing to squeeze herself into the margins of her own life. Maybe you're in your late 30s, 40s, 50s, or 60s, and something is shifting. Maybe the life that once made sense doesn't anymore. And you've done all the things, the career, the caregiving, the commitments, but something essential still feels missing. Maybe you're afraid of letting anyone down. Maybe you feel both overwhelmed and underfed. This podcast is for you. This is a space where you can begin to hear yourself again from the inside out. It's for the woman crossing the threshold, moving through that sacred fog between success building and soul deep listening. Listening to the quiet voice within that says, no, this isn't quite it. Listening to your longings. You're no longer willing. You're not yet known. Listening for the life that's asking to be lived through you now. So here's how I hope this podcast can nourish you. I hope this space helps you to feel seen and known in all of your beautiful complexity. I hope it reminds you that your becoming doesn't happen out there. It unfolds quietly and courageously within. And looking within is not self-indulgent. It's revolutionary. Here, we will have honest conversations about what it really means to live fully in your second bite of life. Stories of creativity rekindled, of rest reclaimed, the kind that comes from saying no to roles that no longer fit and yes to your own rhythm. The messy, beautiful process of learning to play again. We'll explore how to build steady, rooted confidence, not from accolades or productivity, but from how you feel when you walk into a room fully yourself. And we'll talk about everyday audacity, small acts of courage that make more space for your joy, like asking for help after decades of self reliance, telling your daughter you're changing careers at 47, saying yes to work or art or love that's aligned with who you are now, not who you were 5 years ago. Because when women come home to themselves in midlife, everything changes. Culture shifts, families heal, communities blossom, not because we push harder, but because we root deeper into what's real and the work that's ours to do. So here's what's to come. In upcoming episodes, I will share personal stories from my own midlife ripening, invite mentors and colleagues to speak about their second bites, and offer reflections from my intimate group program, where we explore themes like reacquainting with yourself, creating with beauty, and befriending your fear. We'll make space for both the mystery and the messiness. Because the second bite of life isn't about getting your shit together. It's about being fully here, imperfect, radiant, unfolding. Thank you for joining me. If you've been feeling the tug to come home to yourself, to live with more meaning and fewer masks, I want you to know that you're not alone. Midlife isn't a crisis, it's an opening. And this podcast is here to walk with you through it. I'll be closing each episode with a seed, a thought, a question, or a blessing you can carry with you. Today's seed is this. What's one word that describes your midlife right now? Don't overthink it. Let the word find you and let it become a thread, something to hold you gently, something you can follow wherever it leads. Okay, I'll see you next time. Thank you for spending this time with me and for making space to ripen in your own way, in your own time. If something landed with you today, trust that it matters. And if you'd like to take what you've heard here even deeper, I offer individual coaching and small group programs for midlife women reclaiming their rhythms and desires. You can learn more at brookehofstadtcoaching.com or join my email series, The Second Bite. And if this episode spoke to you, I would be so grateful if you'd leave a glowing review or share it with someone ripening alongside you. Until next time, tend your heart and take the second bite.